You notice how it's one thing to know that being kinder to you, being more loving to you is a really, really good idea. And even really knowing that, like, that's the one thing that can help change your life because it's the one thing we haven't done. But the difference between knowing, like, yeah, that's a good idea, and then putting it into practice are like far, far, far apart. Now, the cool thing is, more and more people are starting to have an awareness like, oh man, that's like the one thing I haven't tried to get the changes that I want to make my life the way I want. And there's starting to be more programs and books and workshops and podcasts and things on the importance of self love. So that's awesome. But what I've heard over and over is that when people start to have buy in, it's still, it feels either embarrassing, it feels maybe a little bit selfish, but a lot of it is literally just like, I don't really know how to do it. So I don't often invite you to something, and I'm inviting you to something. I have a free 2-part webinar series called How Self Love Can Change Your Life. I would be so honored if you come and join me for that. The link is down below, and it would feel really exciting and big to me if you would take the energy and the effort to do this cool thing. The whole piece about not just buying into that self-love is important, but then going, great, now what do we do? So you can get all the information about, what we're going to be doing and what you'll be learning there. But here's what I'll tell you. The practice of self-love has a lot to do with deciding that you care about how you feel and rescuing yourself in the moment when you're feeling yucky, when you're ready to shift. It also has a lot to do about another thing that I talk about a lot, which is listening to your inner guidance and actually making that your highest authority. Another thing self-love has a lot to do with is using kind words and kind actions to yourself, the same way you would do to other people. A lot of it is about knowing when to hold yourself accountable, because that's really self-loving, but also when to let yourself off the hook, because sometimes that's really self-loving. And another piece is when things are hard, in whatever way that means, to treat yourself with compassion. But when they're not hard, when they're just like, meh, I'm okay. Or when things are good, to really celebrate yourself. But even when I say those things, do you notice how it kind of turns into like the peanut, the Peanuts teacher? Wow, wow. I mean, they're just words. And so in this free training, it is a self-love training. And I'm going to give you some micro teachings enough to really take it in and be able to use it. And then I'm also going to describe to you a pretty easy way that you can also go deeper with working with self-love practice and with me. I would love to see you there. My name is Dr. Darcy Lord. I'm a self-love expert. And I know that when we treat ourselves kindly, when we start practicing self-love, not only does our life get better, but we literally, honestly, help transform and uplift and help heal the planet and all the beautiful beings upon the planet. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And please do come and see me for the free 2-part webinar series. I'm going to see you again next week. I hope to see you at the training.